Welcome. Apologies for the throat. Today is storytelling day. There was a Chinese general who was very astute and strategic, wily in fact, in the way he thought about winning wars. One day, after a long, exhausting campaign, he marched his soldiers into a place which was different from his own and kept a very small battalion resting with him. He believed that the bigger army needed far more rest and sent them packing. The enemy got wind of the fact that this general had sent a major part of his battalion away, and they decided that it was time to strike. One of his soldiers got to know that the enemy was marching closer and ran to wake up the general that night to warn him that an entire battalion of the enemy was marching towards them and they would have no ability to defend themselves. The general jumped up, thought and paused, and decided that he would use a very different strategy to conquer this enemy. He told his small battalion to go and hide, take off all the banners and open the gates where they were resting. And he took off his armor, put on a cloak and pretended that he was playing the mandolin. The enemy entered. The leader of the enemy recognized the general and paused, wondering how come this general was merrily sitting in a cloak, playing a mandolin and looking so nonchalant. The leader of the enemy wondered that was he being set up and was there a trap, because this general had a reputation for being very strategic and manipulative. The leader of the enemy was confused, wondering whether this was a bluff to kind of set him up and his army to get into some kind of a trap. He decided that he wouldn't attack and in fact told his soldiers to move back. What do we understand from this story? Two facets actually. One, the reputation of the general preceded him. He was known as strategic, manipulative and wily. Sometimes our reputation precedes us, and many people assess us on the basis of the reputation that has spread far and wide about who we are and what we think like. But more importantly, point two, the fact that all wars need not be fought with aggression. All choices in life don't have to be made impulsively, hastily, and always in an offensive way. Sometimes when we think, we pause, we review, we can sometimes come up with solutions exactly like how this general did. Of course, for that, you have to have your emotional wherewithal. You have to have your ability to manage yourself so that you can use your intellect, the experience of your past, and the ability to strategize and to create what works best for you. So, as the general taught all of us, not all actions ought to be impulsive and offensive. Some actions can be pondered upon and better solutions sought, because then we have put on our thinking caps. And of course, it is important for us to try and create a reputation for who we are and what we stand for. To me, if you can do both of these, I don't see why you should have any trouble living the life that you want. If you like this story, please hit the like button. Please do share my video, and of course, continue to write to me at varkha@varkhachulani.com. Till next week, it's goodbye and thank you.